Hello, yes, my name is Graham Musano, and today is 8th of April, May 2019, and I'm going to take you through the market overview of today. So we'll look at the main charts, the ones we had yesterday. We want to see if they actually went as we said, or if there are any changes we need to make. We'll start with the main pair, which is Euro USD. We'll move forward to GBP USD, then USD JPY, and then look at one index, SP 500, Brent oil, and then the last one is gold. So we start off Euro USD is here. So you look at this chart like this, you don't see anything. In fact, I'm seeing that there's a possibility that the price is heading to the upper side. If you start looking at Euro USD the way it is at the moment, we are possibly heading upwards. But assuming I do this, it now changes. You will now see that the most dominant trend actually has been downwards. There's a very big decline, and then there's a correction, then there's a drop, we have a correction, and then there's a drop, and then there's a massive correction, then there's a big dip, and then there's a correction. It continues down, then there's another correction. So possibly we expect price to be heading downwards. Possibly the price may be heading to the lower side ultimately, just that it's not going to go down now. I had a level at this point, so this was as resistance, this is a resistance, and then this is a resistance, and then there's also a level here on the lower side. So technically the price is within some converging way. There's something that looks like a wedge. This one, it's converging in nature. Converging means the space in between these two lines, it's actually getting narrower. So what may happen is that the price may head upwards like this, but then it should fail to break above. It may head up like that, then bounce off of that level to the left. So if you want to trade this pair correctly, just know there are chances we may be heading upwards, but we may not necessarily be reaching up to this point. So far everything is downwards. This is the highest high, this is the lower high, then this is another lower high, and the next high after the previous one should be lower than the previous one. So far this is a sell on the daily for us. We have this as a good level. If you have to sell it, just expect price to be coming back up to this level. Expect price to come back. This is the correct place to look for a sell from. We have this as a resistance, support, sorry. We went below it. It came back to the same point, a sell, same point, a sell. And if price can come back to the same place, then we'll still look for a sell. So we move forward, we move to our next chart, GBP USD. GBP USD is here. GBP USD is here. As it looks from the 15 minutes, this is a sell. Here, the sellers are dominating. From the daily, this is what's happening. From the weekly, this is what's happening. So basically, on this chart, if I have to draw a level and then I pick this as a good trend line, then we are highly likely heading to the lower side. We have this a support, a support, a support. It went below, it came back up, it went down, it came back to the same place and could not close above. Instead, we are currently heading to the lower side. So as it is from the weekly, this is a sell, but you need to confirm that sell properly. On the daily, this is what daily looks like. I'm going to shift this a bit, then I'm also going to do like that. So on the daily also, possibly we are heading downwards. We have this as a good support, have a support, we have the next one as a good support there, and then you also have this one as a good support, and then you also have just recently before it went below it a support, there was a break, and in the same place we are now finding a resistance. So possibly even on the daily chart this should be a sell. There's a level which price has basically gone below, it has retraced back to the same point. We took a sell, we want that sell to push price to either these levels, either that one or the last one, like that. So we'll move forward to our next chart, USD/JPY. So on this one we wait for price to clearly descend below this level before you can confirm a sell. If you have to sell this, wait for price to close below, then retrace back to the same point before you can pick a sell, expecting that sell to push price like that. So although there's a possibility that you're heading downwards, the correct place to sell from, we have not reached it. The correct place is below 1.3027. That's the correct place to look for a sell from. So if you have to sell it, you ensure you sell it below this level. So we move forward. USD/JPY. As I mentioned yesterday, USD/JPY is supposed to be a sell. It's pulling back up, but overall it's still downwards. The reason I'm saying it's downwards is this. We have a trend indicator. We'll add ADX to the chart. This is ADX. So far from what you can see, we actually have ADX, the red one is above the green one. This is what you're seeing. The red one, which is this, is above the green one, which means from this point here, the price was actually showing us a sell. We were heading downwards. So your job was to look for sell places, and we expect this sell to push price even lower up to this level. This is the support where we want to trade from. So if you sold it, just keep holding that trade, expect that sell to come maybe up to somewhere here, then you get out. The next key place is this. This is the next last place where if you sell from wherever the price is, you should be expecting it to come down up to that point. So we'll move forward. I'm not going to look at that in depth. That's just okay. From the first, nothing. From the 1 hour, there is still nothing. But we look at the next chart, SP500. So SP500, I keep mentioning a buy, although the price keeps going down. So the reason I'm saying this is a buy is because this is a resistance and a good sell place, and then we also have this as a very good place, but somehow the index has been upwards. This is why I keep recommending a buy. We've been upwards all through. Price keeps going up, retracing, going up, retracing, going up, retracing, but overall it is upward. So also on this one, instead of selling here, we want price to clearly rise above that level, then retrace back, same point, before you can pick a buy. Like that. So wait for price to clearly, despite the decline we've seen, we want price to ascend beyond, retrace back, then we'll pick a buy from that point up to the upper side. So we move forward. Brent oil, and Brent oil I keep recommending a sell, and this is why. Some few days ago there was actually a sell pin bar. We had this was a very good level, then somehow price went below it, it came back to the same level, and then it closed as a bearish pin bar. So this was a sell sign. We are seeing a pin bar and exhaustion around a key level. Then the next candle actually tried coming back up to where that candle opened, but then could not sustain it. Then the next candle, which is the current one, gapped below, came back up. This was the correct place to sell from. So you ought to be in a sell as you speak, because we actually were recommending a buy from this point. You're supposed to be in a sell, expect that sell to push price up to somewhere around this point. That's the first take profit, and then the next one is around this resistance. So we'll move forward, we'll move to our next chart, and that should be gold. Gold, we keep saying a sell. Let's see. So I'm having this here because this is where we sold some few days ago. We are still holding on to that sell, and our stop loss has not been hit just yet. We had this, and then we also had this as a good level. So as long as the price remains in between this zone, we are actually still a seller. We expect price to reverse to the lower side from that point, and that sell should push price up to this level, up to 1236.63. So if you sell it wherever you sell it, have your stop loss, keep holding, expect that sell to push price up to this level. So far on gold, you are selling immediately. It's a sell even as you speak. So look for that sell now, have your stop loss the same way I've had it, and then have your take profit also the same way I've had it. So thank you very much. See you again in the afternoon.